We're here at Consumer Reports, where we put the Toyota Prius and the Honda Insight through extensive tests. I'm here with automotive engineers Jake Fisher and Tom Muchler, and they're going to tell me just what the difference is between the two. Because off the top of my head, they look a lot alike.
Well, when it comes to the Prius, there's no mistake in the shape. In fact, it looks just like the old Prius. It's got that same basic form, and it's a hatchback design. There's good reason for it. It gives you good functionality in the back, a lot of room to put your stuff, and even though this is a small car, there's a lot of room inside here for rear passengers.
The shape and the size seem so similar to the Insight.
Well, yeah, the Honda Insight looks a lot like the Toyota Prius. It's got the same aerodynamic profile, but there's a big difference here. The Insight's quite a bit smaller. Where that really shows up is in rear seat room. When you go to get it in the back, you'll find a low roof line. It makes access really tricky. You need to duck quite a bit to avoid hitting the roof. Once you're in the back, you're going to find that the rear seat, it's kind of tight. The car's much more narrow. It makes it less useful for a family car.
Well, I would think that the smaller shape would actually make it more fuel efficient, does it?
I mean, it does get 38 miles per gallon.
Only 38 miles per gallon? The Toyota Prius gets you 44 miles per gallon overall, and that's in a larger vehicle. And if you take it to the highway, you'll even get better than that.
All right, well, the Insight is smaller. Does it make it faster?
Well, actually, the Insight, it's about a second slower from 0 to 60 than the Prius. It's got a smaller gas engine, has a smaller battery, a smaller electric motor, a much more rudimentary hybrid system that doesn't make as effective use of the electrical power that the Prius does. In fact, you really feel the Insight struggle a bit on hills or to maintain speed on the highway.
The Prius, not only does it have a larger electric motor, more battery power, you could drive 40 miles per hour under electric power alone. But it even has a larger gasoline engine too. And what this means is it's got a little more power to move the car, but also it means that you could really rely on the electric power for a lot more of the time. That's something you can't do with the Insight.
Yeah, but from what I've heard, the Insight is a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, I mean, Honda's promoting the Insight as the hybrid for everyone. In fact, it starts at $20,000.
Once you get stability control in the Insight, you get to a price that's pretty comparable to a base Prius.
It's really important to get stability control on an Insight too, because we found on our track test that in emergency situations, even with the stability control, it's quite a handful.
Well, when it comes to the Prius, certainly you're not going to confuse it with a sports car. But no matter what Prius you get standard stability control.
All right, so they're about the same price, except the Prius is more fuel efficient. It's bigger, it's quicker. Does that mean that this is my only option when it comes to fuel-efficient cars?
Well, you're right. The Prius is a really good option. But take a look. There's some other options I'd like to show you. First of all, there's the last generation of the Prius. This is a really great choice. And this car has got a proven reliability record, and it really doesn't give you much less than the new generation of the Prius does. Still great fuel economy, still a great value.
Well, let's say you're willing to spend some more money. You wanted something with more room for your family and something that drives a lot more sporty than the Prius. Well, the Ford Fusion Hybrid, that's a great pick. Gets over 30 miles per gallon. Another family sedan you might want to consider is the Volkswagen Jetta TDI. That's a diesel, again, over 30 miles per gallon, and it's enjoyable to drive.
But don't assume you need to get a hybrid or a diesel if you want good fuel economy. Don't forget about small cars. This is the Honda Fit. It's sporty to drive, it's got good room inside, it's very fuel efficient, and it costs a lot less than the other options. So Sue, which one of these fuel efficient cars do you like?
No, I got my mind on something else.
So what are you going to get?